Lawmakers on Thursday engaged in a heated argument at the National Assembly complex during the 2025 budget defense by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun. Trouble began when Egbetokun was providing a breakdown of funds allocated for the construction of 5 zonal police headquarters across the country. The police chief had barely started his presentation when a member of the House of Representatives, Mark Essex from Akwa Ibom, stopped him in track, questioning why the details being read by the IG were not contained in the document circulated among lawmakers. Events took a new turn when Senator Onyekachi Nweboyi, a member of All Progressive Congress, said as a senator he ought to have the appropriate copy of the documents the IG was presenting. Efforts to clarify his points were fruitless as the chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Police Affairs, Abubakar Yaleman, overruled Nweboyi's point of order, allowing the IG to continue his presentation. Angered, Nweboyi packed his belongings and left the budget defense session. As he exited, he exchanged heated words with several House of Representative members who jeered at him. When order was restored, Egbetokun resumed his presentation, pointing out that the police require adequate funding. On recruitment, Egbetokun disclosed that President Bola Tinubu has increased the yearly recruitment quota from 10,000 to 30,000, a move he said would significantly enhance the force's performance. He urged the National Assembly to assist the police in delivering on their mandate, stressing that otherwise we are entirely dependent on budgetary allocations. We are glad that this committee has recognized the gross underfunding of the police, he stated. But quickly, I'd love to get your thoughts concerning this. Barrister,
I would be glad if the increased funding could stop police extortion on the Nigerian roads. Yes. If they said increase our budgetary allocation, it will help them to improve. I want them to also improve on the aspect of stopping extortion on the Nigerian road. When the police stops you and asks for your papers, they should not be expecting 500 naira in exchange of your papers. They should look into the papers when this budget is actually improved upon. Yes, I will be glad to see that. I'll be glad to see them not chasing after the Yahoo boys only to collect their valuables and extort a huge amount of money from them and setting them free. If the National Assembly would improve on their budgetary allocations, I will see that happen. I will want to see the police behave like humans when they are dealing with ordinary civilians and not behaving like people who are under narcotic influence. So I will see them have attitudinal change if the National Assembly would adhere to their request, improving on their budgetary allocation. These are some of the changes I would like to see from the police. Yes.
Well, quickly, I'd love to ask, do you think there was any reason for the IG not to give the lawmakers the same proposal that he had? Do you think there was any reason behind his mind why he decided to have a different, proposal from the one that lawmakers had?
I want to get it. Was it that the one he gave them is different
from the one he had, the one he was reading out to them?
We heard that one of the lawmakers, Nweboyi, from APC, a member of the APC from Ebonyi State, left in anger when he requested to even have, he doesn't have a copy, and he was not given. Instead of his, the other members to maybe understand his point, they started jeering at him. It doesn't make any sense. How would you just be reading something to me I don't have something to look at, to
is
study.
Different. Okay.
So how do I now know what to tell you? Are they reading news? This is budget. You are defending your budget. I'm supposed to have it. Other members were supposed to have it. So that they will be looking at the budget, at what you presented, and it is from there that they will ask you questions. Or does he expect that he will just submit a paper,
and
read the news there, and they will approve it? I think it doesn't work that way. Perhaps he was not well tutored on that, or there is something more to it. Yeah, that we don't know. Either we've been hearing about a budget pardon. You know, it may come in several ways. It may come in several ways. I was thinking that if the people were not having the right one he was reading from, he should be made to go and get the exact one he submitted. So
in essence, you're with the side that Weboyi reacted rightly over the fact that
I think he was right in his reaction. It looks absurd that you called me to look into your budget and I don't have the right papers before me. So what do I look into? It doesn't make any sense at all. So Weboyi was very right in staging a walkout. Okay. Yeah, from there, because he more or less that did he come for church service or what? Yes. So the right thing should have been, okay, let me go and get the papers. The right ones. The right everyone would have access to. So that everyone would have access to it. And not trying to, I don't know why the show-off should come up there. After all, you are dependent on the lawmakers to approve your budget. So the show-off wasn't actually necessary at that time. Yeah.
Well, in as much as, yes, we know the altercation actually got to an extent where the IG did not present the rights proposal. In essence, where the rights proposal were given out, you made mention of, even though they were given, they presented the rights proposal and it gets passed or approved, they should focus more on that and not the extortion from Nigeria, extorting and assaulting Nigerians. But do you think there will be a stop to that?
You know, it has become a perennial, it has become a norm to them. Like, police, you hardly get the good ones. Sometimes when you get a police that really performed their duty, you begin to wonder whether you are in Nigeria or not. You know, I remember in 1992 when I had the accident, the police, they were passing and they saw me, you know, where we had the accident with the guy. Two of us, you know, we were just battered, lying down there. They stopped and tried to help. In fact, they assisted us, took us to the nearby hospital. You know, unlike what you see these days, you will see an incident. People are fighting, using all forms of weapons, fighting, and police will be passing there. They will just do as if nothing is happening. But they are employed to secure life and property. They'll be waiting until you come to knock on their door before they do that. I've seen it severally. They will see where there is trouble. They will just pass as if it doesn't concern them. Yeah, so there got to be a reorientation. Yes.
It's not just about getting your budget approved.
It's
there
not.
Should be other things that should be put into consideration.
Exactly. There should be a reorientation. Maybe the budgetary allocation they are trying to get should be properly utilized in educating them on their duties and responsibilities towards the citizens. Okay. Yes.
Thank you so much in that, Barrister Okoro. Still on the 2025 budget allocation, National Assembly Joint Commission on Agriculture Production and Services has expressed disappointment over the decision of some heads of agencies to travel during the ongoing budget defense. The lawmakers specifically threatened zero allocation for agencies under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, whose chief executives officers failed to appear in person to defend their 2025 budget estimates. Chairman of the Senate Committee, Senator Saliu Mustafa, and his House of Representatives counterpart, Bello Kaje, who raised the concern on Thursday, expressed disappointment that despite the directive of the President for all heads of agencies to appear before the National Assembly to defend their budgets, some of them chose to travel at this critical time. The lawmakers' displeasure arose due to the absence of the Director General of the Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Service, Dr. Vincent Isegbe, during the budget defense session of the agency. Senator Mustafa told the representative of the Director General that there was no reason for the Chief Executive, who is the accounting officer, not to appear before them, and ordered that he appear to defend his budget estimates latest Monday, January 20. Addressing the gathering earlier, Senator Mustafa said the projections by the World Food Programme that about 33.1 million Nigerians will be in acute hunger in 2025 is a clear indication that food security is not something that the nation should toil with. Given the critical role that agriculture plays in ensuring food security, economic stability, and rural development, it is important that adequate budgetary provisions be made to address the challenges the sector faces today, he stated. You are a practicing lawyer, if I may say. But what was your thoughts concerning this? That we just talked about the budget proposal, the budgetary allocation for the Nigerian police force, and then it's just been going on. The budget 2025 budget has just been a continuous topic of discussion for since the year started, if I'm not mistaken. You know, in essence, when you want to get a budget allocation as a head agency, you're supposed to be in person to defend that, isn't it?
That is how it's supposed to be. But I wonder, maybe some good reasons best known to them
at that time.
At this time, why they should have sent themselves at this critical point in time where they know that they didn't send any representative. I don't know whether it is allowed to send representatives. I think with what I've been seeing all these years is that the heads of these agencies and ministries are the ones who should go and defend the budget. So I wonder what could be the motive behind this. There was no explanation to why they chose
to be absent.
Does it mean they want to come through the back door to get it done, or there is something else they don't want Nigerians to know? Maybe we may find out in later times, yes.
But as a practicing lawyer, what do you have to say in essence where it's sincere reason isn't given to being absent over a budget presentation that is supposed to be given, especially if there is a sitting in the House? Is there supposed to be, you know, something that is supposed to be necessary as a practicing lawyer? What do you think is supposed? I don't know how to put this question, but in a sense where a head agency doesn't appear, especially the food agriculture, that is the question, the topic of discussion, did not appear and did not give tangible reason of being absent. Is there supposed to be a repercussion? Is there supposed to be more like a deterrent? Is that the word? More like
what is the implication?
Implication, thank you, for not giving reasons of being absent.
Well, I've not been an
in the House of Assembly.
Yes, I've not been a parliament, a member of the parliament before, so I wouldn't know. I don't know the practice. But I think the man or the person in charge knows the implications and he knows maybe how to mitigate that. Yeah, he has calculated, and he didn't give any reasons for being absent, and he took his leave. He didn't appear.
In the sense where there's been continuous criticism against the present administration right now about the high rise in food, and all of that. This is more like a very necessary, agency, yes, that's supposed to, be
these
without
are the,
reason,
exactly. These
be
are
absent
the laxities we are talking about. These are the laxities. Of course, I mean, in a serious government supposed to sanction such a head of agency. I believe they are supposed to be sanctioned because, like you rightly pointed out, agriculture is an essential sector that every nation should not play with. You can imagine what we are facing in Nigeria right now because of the insecurity in the north. We are farmers. First, we had farmers headers classes here and there. Farmers could not go to farm. Now, the Boko Haram and other insurgents and the militants in the north don't allow them to go to farm again. We are having food shortage already in Nigeria. That is why you see a hike in price in food crops. So, such a head of agency who knows that he is occupying a very crucial and important agency was not supposed to get himself absented. A serious government should fire such an individual. It means that he does not take his work serious, because we didn't hear that there is an emergency.
And we didn't hear, we're not giving for
no good reasons. No reasons at all we are given.
So it's more like anybody can just decide not to be present for the budget.
To me, it's an affront on the legislators. Yes, it's an affront on them. He should be properly sanctioned for that.
And they actually give him till 20th of January. So that's more like giving a second chance to see if he will be available in order to go through the 2025 budget. So it's more like okay, maybe he could have a sick leave. But in as much as there could be reasons that we do not know, isn't it a necessary thing to be done that you take, even at a formal workforce, if you need to take absence from a particular organization, you tender a letter for being absent for a period of time and the reasons why you're absent. But in issue like this, like you talked about the crucial, position that he occupies, no reason was given, all of that. So it's more like anybody can just decide at any agency, any department, any minister can just come up and say, I'm not going to, be available for a particular sitting and all of that, and it can just fly.
As a serialized person he is, he should know that he should have properly communicated or officially communicated to the House why he should be absent or why he was going to be absent.
Okay.
So, but that we didn't see that done. So perhaps these people, they have been in this business. They know that sometimes most of these people, some of them, I think I've seen where some came to defend their budget and they fainted. Yes, it has happened in this country. Yes, they fainted. It's not easy, in the local parlance, they say to chop money day easy, but to defend, so that's it. It's easy to, you can misappropriate funds, but to defend it is the issue. So defending, it's not an easy thing, because we know, all of us, we know that most times they present a very ridiculous amount. You begin to wonder, these things, how are they going to be utilized? The ones given to them before, how were they utilized?
Yes.
Are we seeing the effects? We, the ordinary citizens, are we feeling it? All the budgetary allocations to these sectors, different sectors of the economy, are we feeling the impact? Most times when you ask the ordinary Nigerians, they will tell you that whether the government is existing or not, they are existing for themselves because they are not feeling the impact of all these things. So that is why sometimes people don't even give a budge about what they do, whether they are different. If you ask most Nigerians, they don't even know whether there's anything called budgetary defense going on right now. Because, yes, they feel alienated from the
like
going on in the country. Most Nigerians don't feel the impact. So it doesn't concern them. Yeah, so I think the government should come down to the grassroots and make Nigerians feel their good governance.